Jaye comes from a military background. You know, her father's father were all in the military, and that was her biggest dream, and her father pretty much told her that he didn't believe that women should be in the military, and instead of listening to him, she did the complete opposite and got into the Joes, which is the most elite team on the planet. So she has a bit of a chip on her shoulder because she is a woman living in a man's world, and she's constantly trying to prove that she's supposed to be there. But I think she holds her own among those guys.
I play Flint. If you're familiar with G.I. Joe, he's one of the main guys, and we introduce him in this movie. So he's a tad bit younger than the version we're used to seeing, where he's in a leadership position. But it's great because we introduce him and his relationships with the rest of the unit. He's a hothead. He's really good at what he does, but he doesn't play well with others. He's got a problem with authority. So he knocks heads with a lot of the other unit, but a lot of things happen that make him, slowly start to gel with everybody else.
I thought I was in great shape before I did this movie.
Yeah.
I thought I had stamina, but no. I trained for about a month before I even got to New Orleans with my trainer, Alicia Strom, and then once we got there, we did about a month and a half of nonstop training, about 8 hours a day, which included training with Navy SEALs, hand-to-hand combat training, stunt training, choreography, unit training, where we worked as a unit. Weapons training, and then actual physical training to stay strong. Yeah. And each of us had our own specific thing that our characters were best at. So mine was weaponry, and his was parkour.
John and Dwayne wanted to try and introduce something new. So they took hand-to-hand combat, like close quarters combat, and just regular gunfighting, and they mixed it together into this fighting style where you use the gun in your hand as an extension of a punch, and the bullet as an extension of a punch. So you're firing and punching and fighting in close combat at the exact same time. It's really cool.
I think working with Dwayne was an awesome experience. You never know what's going to happen when you're going to start working with a huge celebrity. And we'd both heard what an amazingly nice guy he was from everybody we know.
To the point where I didn't believe any of it. So I was
Yeah.
like, somebody's lying.
You're like, this has to be BS.
This guy's going to be, something's wrong with this guy.
But he bypassed all of that. He's honestly one of the nicest, funniest, most humble, human beings. So working with him was an honor, but we had a lot of fun. I mean, he's, as nice as he is, he's still a jokester and a prankster.
Completely.
And
But he's damn good at his job. I mean, you look at a guy like that who's so successful and such a big star, and he has so much going on around him, and the fact that he's so good at his job and so good to everybody at the exact same time, it's impressive. Bruce plays Joe Colton, the original G.I. Joe, and I think when it comes to action movies, and there's no one else.
He's the original Joe.
There's no one else.
He's
There's
the
no one else
original
to play that part.
action hero. I mean, he's the best. That was crazy nerve-wracking before I met him. And then the minute I met him, it was just banter back and forth immediately. We had that kinship that was just like plays in the movie. Yes, I was, but I was also sweaty. I was one of the sweaty guys too. It's funny how immediately they become your brothers. I mean, you're out in the middle of nowhere, hours a day. You hear things, you smell things. You know way too much. So we became close real fast.
Yeah, everybody. How did she do? She embarrassed all of us. She was stronger, longer, tougher, and faster, and cried a lot less than the rest of us.
That's true.
Yeah, she speaks for itself.
I was excited by it because I was really happy that Lady Jaye wears fatigues the entire movie and has, her hair in a ponytail or she's wearing boy clothes. So by the time it got to the red dress, I was kind of excited to wear heels for once, But if anything, it was just fun to get to work with Jonathan Pryce. Like, I love that guy so much. He's one of the funniest people on the planet. And, we had about a week of learning the choreography for that. So we had a blast. I stepped on his feet a lot.
I think this is the G.I. Joe movie made by fans, for fans. Whatever the tone of G.I. Joe, the tone of the characters, the feel of it. Mm-hmm. We really wanted to refocus and repurpose and be as true to it as possible, and be fun too, and have a lot of fun.
And be fun, and that's the great thing about the movie is if you didn't see the first one, it's okay. The second one sets itself up. And also, if you're not a G.I. Joe fan, you're also gonna love this movie. It's an awesome action-packed movie, and it's for everybody.
Whoever did this will be back.
We're all that's left. Let's get to work. World ain't saving itself. that, bro. I wasn't gonna bury any more Joes.
Something else is going on here.
Get out of there now.
Idol's a little rough and neutral. I ain't gonna be in neutral.